Good morning, folks. What is up? This is Michael from Third Shift in the wee hours of the night, once again with your daily trivia question, and I'm freezing my butt off. I just walked outside. It's cold. I forgot my jacket, and I immediately walked back inside. It didn't last too long out there, that's for sure. So, happy Tuesday. I think this is Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. My days get mixed up when you're working the graveyard shift. And I do know this is a holiday weekend, and we're working our way towards, Thanksgiving. So that's a good thing. And for all you people on first shift, they're going to bring your potluck food in and so forth. It wouldn't hurt to put some in a Tupperware, save it for the third shift, folks. We would definitely appreciate that, without question. Anywho, that's my solicitation for food. The answer to the previous trivia question was the scandal known as payola, which is essentially pay for play. It's the act of a record label or other interested party paying a radio station to play a certain artist, and this occurs in either cash or goods. It was huge in the late 1950s. It's also a huge no-no in the music business and has been on the books as being illegal going all the way back to 1934 with the Communications Act. The act of payola is nothing new. It's been around for a while, but it came to a climax and a heightened of occurrences of sorts, if you will, in the late 50s. Alan Freed, who was a famous DJ, he's famous, gets the credit for coining the phrase rock and roll. He had a bunch of famous music shows. He was a famous DJ. He got caught up in this big time, and it cost him his career. Now, so the emergence of payola came into the scene in the late 50s for a number of reasons. There was emergence of what was called hit radio. There was no scrutiny or regulations at this point as to the music being played. It kind of got out of hand. Promotion and exposure, as it always has been, was the name of the game. And there was a brand new music coming into be. Rock and roll was ushering its way into the mainstream. Remember, this is pre-Beatlemania, pre-64. This is the late 50s. This is the era of Elvis and kind of doo-wop music coming into being rock and roll and so forth. So those are some reasons why payola was influencing the music scene. This resulted ultimately in a congressional hearing, followed by a Senate investigation. And following the investigation, radio DJs were stripped of the authority to make programming decisions. This in turn fell on the director of the radio station. Alan Freed was uncooperative in these hearings. It was deemed that he was being uncooperative in these hearings. He was fired from ABC Radio as a result. Basically cost him his career. He was run out of the music industry. A little unknown geek factoid that some of y'all may know, may not know. Dick Clark, the famous Dick Clark, famous for American Bandstand, Rockin' New Year's Eve, etc. Kind of a clean-cut persona, reputation. He was caught up in this as well. It almost cost him his career just the same, but he kind of made it out of the whole thing. He was a little more cooperative than Alan Freed was. Does payola still exist today? You better bet your bottom dollar it does. It just reinvented itself in more contemporary forums. Remember, we're in the era of social media, YouTube, smart devices, downloading third-party so-called promotion payments, quote-unquote, and music sharing websites like Frostware, okay, stuff like this. There's sidestepping and loopholes in the system as a result of the era that we live in that just simply results in different reinvented forms of payola. Okay, there are fines that are still being paid to this day for payola. They're still finding people out who are doing this stuff. I think when Sony was associated with BGM Music, I think in 2012, if my research serves me correctly, paid some hefty fines. People are still paying some hefty fines. So that is a little bit of history on payola. And speaking of records, that brings us to today's trivia question. To continue our busy week, working our way towards the holiday for November 23rd, on this day in 1889, this type of automated music playing device makes its world debut in a saloon in San Francisco. And that's all the information I'm going to give you other than this song right here, which is a big, huge clue. See if you can recognize this while you all have a good day. And I appreciate everything you do.